Hello, Colin Dart, Mile High Modern, checking in late April, talking a little bit about market stats as it relates to both March's numbers and then what we're experiencing right now in April. Spring is the time where showing activity picks up, listing activity picks up, buyer demand usually surges, and this is the best time of year to capitalize on a listing. This year's been a little bit different. What I'm experiencing anecdotally on a smaller scale is that the market is so incredibly hyper local, and that previous trends that were almost evergreen in years past are not carrying over to 2024. And what I mean by this is, for instance, the central Denver core neighborhoods. We're talking Congress Park, Hale, Mayfair, Wash Park, City Park, even Whittier. These neighborhoods that have always moved fairly fluidly are taking longer to sell, and now more of the adjacent outlying suburbs tend to be moving quicker, although in that regard, there is literally no rhyme or reason to how quickly those things are moving. This carries over to what I'm seeing in Boulder, and Boulder is a little bit of a different animal because we know that if it's in a good location and then it really only needs to satisfy either a workable layout or a great condition. If it's got the location and one of those two other aspects, it will move, and it needs to be priced appropriately, of course. So where does this lead us, and how do we plan for the remainder of the year? What does this mean for 2024? The things that I'm on the lookout for: interest rates. Interest rates are not behaving. This is depleting our buyer pool. The buyers that are out there are exhausted. They're not excited about their pre-approvals changing every week. They just want certainty. And when we can find certainty, I assure you the market will start to find whatever our new normal is. But for now, we are not there. What I am seeing more often than not is a very unpredictable trajectory on how listings are behaving. There's certain neighborhoods that have moved quickly and now are not. There's certain property styles that normally would fly off the shelves that are now taking 2, 3, 4 weeks to sell. So what comes into play here is understanding your market and being an expert on what to expect. Some homes may warrant a 3 to 4 week exposure period before there's even a discussion of a price reduction. It doesn't mean if offers don't come in the first 10 days that the sky is falling. It's just a change in expectations. Buyers are taking longer to make decisions. They're very much more picky than they've ever been because they have no more money to do updates after they buy a house. So these are some considerations that I would put into play, and how I am winning understanding these is my listings are absolutely prepared for war. And when I mean that, I'm preparing to beat all of the other competing listings in the neighborhood with my marketing, with my exposure, how many people are getting distributed on my lists of the marketing efforts that I have for my listings, photography, painting, staging. Everything is going into these because I assure you it's not the year where you can just put a home on the market and expect it's going to perform. Now, on the buy side, understanding your market of interest is very important because there is more opportunity to negotiate than in years past, in a time of year that doesn't necessarily always have this availability. So understanding, am I in a market where I actually might be able to compete? Am I in a market where homes might be staying on the market for a lot of market? Am I in a market where homes will be staying on the market for 2, 3, 4 weeks? Are homes on average selling for below list? These are things that you'll want to know before getting out and looking at property, because it will inform how you approach your particular transaction. To that end, I'm here to support those efforts, and I hope everyone has a wonderful continued start to the spring. Till next time, ciao.